Tonight is not a game.
Contenders, take your marks.
It is a hunt.
And here comes the rookie.
Cue the girl called Alita.
Alita is a cyborg that wakes up in a scrapyard. It's 600 years in the future, discovered by a cyber doctor who takes her home, and it feels like it's his daughter returned to him, and has this relationship trying to raise her as a 13-year-old girl.
This young girl who, just thinks she's nothing, and she kind of grows up in front of your eyes in this story, and she starts to realize that she actually does have a voice. She's going to want to be independent, and she's going to want to be free, and Ido is the father figure who's both supportive but also holding her back. 20 years Guillermo del Toro, and he gave me a VHS tape, believe it or not, of the anime. At the time, my oldest daughter was 6 years old. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna be this father, and she's gonna be this girl, and I have to learn the art of being there but not being there. And so I thought, all right, the best way to learn something is to make a film about it. And so I was actually, in a sense, making it for her.
Story of a girl self-discovery. She has no memory of who she is, and is actually considered a weapon in some ways and targeted to be killed. And she has to remember who she is fast enough to save herself, save her family. The same metaphor. I mean, a child isn't aware of their own power yet.
She's a warrior, wushu, kung fu, tai, everything else, and sword arts.
She moves in a way that humans shouldn't be able to move.
What you see in Alita, which is that Rosa Salazar is up there on that screen, which is something I had dreamed of doing 10 years earlier. And I call it emotion capture, and then create CG versions of those characters. It costs us about $10 million to develop this capability. That's a science that we've been essentially investing in for almost 20 years now. It's sort of like an advanced form of makeup.
And it's a chance for an actor to play a role they normally can't. So, Rosa's a 30-year-old woman playing a 13-year-old girl.
The newest layer that's been added is essentially AI. It's deep learning. So we're learning so much about the actors' faces on Alita and on the new Avatar films that it's created this very broad database to create essentially a performance algorithm for each one of the characters, and make it a very direct thing where the actor comes in and they act the moment, and the technology takes over from there and transmits it into the character. I like technology, I like machines. So in this future world, people have merged with their technology. If they want a machine arm, they can get a machine arm. If they want a machine body, they can get a machine body. Alita is about how people take in the technology into their bodies. And it asks us the question of, well, at what point are we not human anymore? When we become part of a machine, or a machine becomes part of us? And when the body can change and be a machine body, does that change our humanity? This movie's saying no. This movie says the humanity is inside. And we even have a scene where she takes her heart out, and it's all or nothing with me. To Hugo, to the guy that she loves. The scene is saying is, the body is just a vessel for the mind. And that's, I think, symbolic of the way, as I said, in the way in which we're merging with our technology right now. I happen to believe that the heart, our emotions, exists in our brain.
That I'm not completely human.
You are the most human person I have ever met.
I set out to make a story that was a little bit like Titanic in the sense that they're both women that become defined by their relationships with others for women. And then they get to a certain age where society starts to tell them what to be and what role is expected of them. Wouldn't it be great if women in the world could just go through that difficult time of life and come out the other side of it the same spirited warrior that they went into it?